every morning I wake up and I feel so blessed that they call me theirs.
Yeah.
I think like every night they have a little huddle and they go, okay, she messed up again today, but we're gonna love her again tomorrow.
Sheesh. Heather Headley is truly one of those rare performers who's conquered every corner of the entertainment industry with pure talent and hard work. Broadway, Hollywood, concerts, albums, TV appearances, awards. She's done it all. Why isn't she headlining the Grammys, starring in blockbuster films, or topping the best?
And the American Theatre Wing's Tony Award goes to Heather Headley, right? This is Miss Headley's first Tony Award.
Of lists that flood our timelines. Did she refuse to sell her soul to the industry machine, the one that demands women become caricatures of themselves, bend to every trend, accept every absurd script, show skin instead of strength, and smile while swallowing disrespect? I've done it all, and I don't need to be seen every second to be successful. Maybe the real power move was walking away while the world was still clapping. Child, that's exactly what we're diving into in today's video. So let's start with a little background, shall we? Heather was born in Trinidad to her parents, Hannah and Eric Headley. From a young age, she was deeply connected to music, learning piano and developing her natural talent. At 15, Heather moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana, when her father took a position as pastor at McKee Street Church of God. Growing up, music was everywhere, especially in church. Heather once shared, "Our house was above the church. Every day I'd grab a brush or a mic, close the windows, sweat in that Trinidad heat, and sing for hours to empty pews." Later, my husband told me, "You weren't singing to an empty room, you had an audience." The Angels. In Indiana, Heather attended Northrop High School, joining the show choir, Charisma. She then headed to Northwestern University.
2 years ago, I sat in the back of this theater with Lion King, wondering when it would be my turn to sit up here and much less be on this stage. So I have a few people to thank. First to begin, I want to thank the women in my category. I thank you so much. I've always maintained that you've been good teachers, and I thank you again tonight. I thank Disney. I could not have done this without you. I love you so much, and I'll work for you for the rest of my life. I also thank you for giving me the best cast in the world. This is our Tony. It belongs to us. I want to thank Janet Lauer, Bono Brian Brown, my mommy, and my brother. And last and certainly not least, I thank God for every blessing He has given me, especially this year. Thank you.
University to study musical theatre, but during her junior year, a life-changing opportunity came knocking, a role in the musical Ragtime. I started calling everyone I trusted, professors, mentors, and every single one of them said, "You have to go. This is what we trained you for." Taking the lead, Heather joined the Ragtime production in Toronto as part of the ensemble and understudy for the role of Sarah. She originated the role of Nala in Broadway's The Lion King, earning rave reviews, then starred in Ada, winning the Tony Award for Best Actress. In 2000, Heather didn't stop there. She appeared in Encore productions, starred in Dreamgirls for a benefit concert, and later wowed audiences as Rachel Marin in London's The Bodyguard, scoring nominations for an Olivier Award and a What's on Stage award. In 2016, she played Suja Avery in The Color Purple revival on Broadway. If you didn't know her from Broadway, you probably recognize her from TV and film. Starting in 2017, Heather played Dr. Jameson in She's Gotta Have It, Gwen Garrett in Chicago. And Helen Decatur in Netflix's Sweet Magnolias. She voiced Fakiri in The Lion Guard and portrayed gospel legend Clara Ward in Respect, the Aretha Franklin biopic. Heather's debut album, This Is Who I Am, dropped in 2002. Although the first single, He Is, wasn't a major hit, I Wish I Wasn't found moderate success, enough to earn Heather Grammy nominations for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance and Best New Artist. Her second album, In My Mind, faced delays due to music industry shakeups, but eventually dropped in 2006, with the title track hitting #1 on the US Hot Dance chart. In 2010, she won her first Grammy Award for Best Contemporary R&B Gospel Album, with Audience of 1. She continued releasing music, including her 2012 album, Only One in the World. It's not because her talent faded. Her voice remains untouchable. It's not because Hollywood cancelled her. In 2003, Heather married Brian Musso, a former NFL player turned investment advisor. Together, they built a family, welcoming their first son, John David, in 2009, followed by Jordan Chase in 2014, and a third child in 2019. These days, Heather's Instagram is filled with glimpses of her raising her kids, not chasing clout. Some artists refuse to play the fame game, refuse to sacrifice peace for paparazzi, and would rather nurture their families than nurture headlines. At the same time, we can't ignore how Hollywood works. Often, it's the loudest, messiest, most controversial figures who grab the spotlight. The industry rewards drama over dignity. And because Heather Headley didn't give them what they wanted, didn't play messy, maybe they sidelined her. The industry may not shout her name every day, but her legacy remains undeniable.
I do like being in the studio and kind of seeing that process and hearing your voice for the first time on a song, but there's nothing like just being on stage and seeing how your music affects people and having them enjoy it and, cry or laugh or in some cases sleep, walk out, whatever they want to do. But